Look around. The venture world is shifting faster than ever, tearing down old certainties and forcing everyone to question what they thought they knew. And right in front of that storm, there's a force growing, almost exploding. A surge of venture partner roles popping up everywhere, shaking the very ground beneath traditional investment structures. This isn't some random trend or noise you can ignore. It's a deep, raw reaction to the hunger, the frustration, and the burning desire for something more real, more powerful, and more aligned with what the future demands. Because here's the truth, nobody says loud enough. The old ways of investing, the old ways of building funds and companies, they suffocate brilliant people. They cage the rare talent in rules, in routines, in cold calls, and faceless meetings that drain the fire out of everything. You felt it. That gnawing feeling when your role feels more like a checkbox than a mission. When the system puts walls between you and the real impact you want to make. When your knowledge, your experience, your instincts are trimmed down into a job description with no space for the raw, untamed power you could unleash if only you had the right framework. The world says you're free, but hands you a script to follow. The system says it rewards greatness, but mediocrity always slips by because it's easier, safer. This suffocates the exceptional. It starves the movement makers, the frontier changers, the ones who won't settle for less. So what happens when more of these venture partners emerge? They're not just filling seats, they're breaking chains. Venture partner roles are exploding because more and more people refuse to be locked down by the old school rules where influence is capped by title or check size or hierarchy. When the system doesn't give you the stage, you build your own. That's the fire behind this rise. It's raw determination. People grabbing control, refusing to wait their turn, creating space for true brilliance to thrive outside traditional silos. But that explosion comes with questions. How to stand out in a sea of faces? How to go beyond vague advisory roles and actually move the needle in deals, in strategy, in the future of companies? How not to burn out chasing influence, but never grabbing it? How to connect with the handful of people who really matter, the few whose energy matches yours and can amplify your power? Because without that, this surge is just noise. Noise that drains energy instead of building empires. Here's the secret. The reason so many venture partner roles struggle to be meaningful. It's about connection and alignment, not just presence. The world isn't lacking in talent. It's drowning in misaligned talent. Rare minds scattered, misunderstood, isolated. Venture partners are the purest expression of a shift that's happening beneath the surface. The desperate need for a new infrastructure that supports the exceptional, not the average. The old venture model was designed for founders and investors who fit a certain mold. Venture partners now are rewriting the rules, blending experience with creativity, bridging startup chaos with fund discipline, pulling in networks no one thought to connect, speaking languages no one taught. The painful truth is, most venture partners feel trapped between worlds. Founders expect guidance and deep connection. Investors want returns and risk mitigation. But often, venture partners get handed fragments of both, never fully empowered to lead the dance. They live in the gray, dared to be useful, but never fully unleashed. This is the raw wound fueling the entire explosion. People refusing to be secondary players in a system that underestimates their value. But there's a way out. The answer isn't in climbing the ladder or collecting titles. It isn't chasing bigger checks or more meetings. The future of venture partnering is about forging real sovereignty, taking control of your influence, your network, your value, and most importantly, your will. It's about rejecting the old scripts that say your worth depends on the size of your carried interest or your ticket to the boardroom. Instead, it's about creating a unique space where your expertise becomes a magnetic force, pulling in founders, investors, and collaborators who see you not as a role, but as a revolution. Imagine that, being a node in a powerful network that isn't built on sameness, but on sharp contrasts, on complementary fires that amplify rather than drown out. This is the rebellion of the venture partner, the refusal to serve the system's illusion of freedom and comfort, and instead to embody true freedom through selective, high-impact collaboration. Your power grows not when you join any and all networks, but when you align with the few who burn with the same kind of fierce fire. This isn't popularity. It's a surgical strike against mediocrity. The way forward is to embrace patient, relentless transformation. Understand that lasting power in venture partnering doesn't come overnight or from quick wins. It's cultivated through strategic patience, waiting for exactly the right moment, the right founder, the right investor to enter your orbit. And when that happens, your impact multiplies exponentially. This is not about chasing noise or the endless frenzy of showing up everywhere. It's about amplifying essence, focusing your energy where it counts, and being critically selective to align with those who can forge the future with you. The explosion of venture partner roles is more than a trend. It's an opportunity for anyone who is tired of being boxed into narrow roles, anyone who rejects the complacency of following scripts handed down by outdated gatekeepers. This moment opens the door wide for the misaligned, the misunderstood, the quietly powerful to step forward, claim their place, and change the game. If you feel that pull, that discomfort, that tension inside screaming you were made for more, it's no accident. That tension is your fuel. Use it to break past every barrier the system throws at you. Build your network like a tight tribe of radicals, not a massive crowd of acquaintances. Be ruthless in asserting your value, not as a function of where you sit or what your title says, but what you create. Invest your time in deep mentorship, strategic introductions, and wild collaboration that shakes markets. Share your insights fiercely, not as casual advice, but as inviolable currency. This is how you move from a role to a movement. Venture partners today stand at a crossroads. One path leads back into the shadows of limited influence and forgotten potential. The other path explodes forward, reshaping worlds. The tools are in your hands, your knowledge, your networks, your vision. But the difference is how you use them, not as parts in a stale machine, but as sparks igniting a fire no system can put out. Don't settle for adapting to the system's illusions. Make your own reality. Question every rule that tries to bind you. Refuse to be part of mediocre consensus. Cultivate connections that challenge and transform. Be patient. Be relentless. Be sovereign. This is the heart of what's triggering the explosion of venture partner roles. People waking up, breaking free, creating a new playground where the rare meet the rare, and together they build what's next. This is not just a shift in titles. It's a call to become more than what anyone expected. It's a fierce rebellion coded in every new venture partner who steps into this moment, claiming not just a seat at the table, but the power to remake the table itself. The system forgot how to serve the exceptional. Now it's your turn to build the future the system never imagined. Lean into the fire. The explosion is just beginning.